Coming to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston, Auburn, it's Lydia's Lunch Bunch, LA's afternoon morning show with Mark, Sarah, and Pam. We're covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
Today's show is brought to you by United Piping, serving residential and commercial customers with new installations and repairs. Call today and schedule your oil and gas boiler cleanings at 754-4556. UPI, the best plumbers around. And by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it, squatch it. At 5 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com. And remember, the party starts at Ruper's.
We have the pleasure of being joined in studio today by SOSI Donna Harris, owner of Phoenix No Limits Karate.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Welcome back.
Yes.
Love seeing your smiling face in the morning.
Seems like it's been a while.
It has. It's been too long.
Yeah.
We are going to talk to Donna all about Phoenix No Limits Karate and a special fundraising event coming up next Friday. But before we get there, let's take a look at some headlines for Thursday, June the 5th.
The City of Lewiston announced that nomination papers for City Council Wards 1, 3, 5, and 7, and School Committee Wards 2, 4, and 6, and at large will be available on June 23rd at the City Clerk's office. Nominees must be at least 20 years old and a registered voter in Lewiston. The deadline to file is August 21st.
Maine lawmakers approved an amended bill that would offer grant funding to Maine school districts to explore pushing back high school start times to 8:30 a.m. or later. The bill's sponsor, Senate President Maddie Daughtry of Brunswick, points to research showing that teens need more sleep to be safe and productive at school.
The bill passed the Senate in a 20-13 vote on Tuesday and passed through the House unanimously yesterday. It still needs additional votes in both chambers and approval from the Appropriations Committee before being sent to Governor Mills.
The votes have been tallied, and the Lewiston Police Department's Summer Fun and Films announced its movie selections for the season. The family-friendly events will feature Moana 2 on June 25th, a Minecraft movie on July 9th, Inside Out 2 on July 23rd, Mufasa on August 5th, and Wicked on August 20th.
That's quite a lineup.
Yeah.
Wow. The Bates College Clean Sweep Yard Sale is scheduled for Sunday. The annual event originated in 1991 and offers items left behind by students and donated by college faculty and staff at the end of the school year. Proceeds from this year's event will benefit John F. Murphy Homes. Doors open at 8 a.m. at Underhill Arena at 145 Russell Street. I highly recommend going to this event if you have never attended it before.
I've never been.
I've never been either.
These students leave behind things that still have tags on them, clothing that's still like Patagonia jackets with tags, household items, beautiful rugs. They can't be bothered to pack them up, Donna.
Oh my goodness. I wish I had that kind of money.
Right?
It's
Yeah.
crazy, but it's a really good cause because for the last few years the proceeds have gone to John F. Murphy Homes. So
That's awesome.
it's a fun event.
Yeah, and I've heard that people start getting in line hours before doors open.
Yeah.
All right, want to talk about the weather?
Should we talk about the weather?
We
Pam's
should
here.
talk about the weather.
Rain or shine, it's all okay. Grab your uke and start the day. Clouds may come or skies turn blue. Weather's fun with me and you. The sun is bright and storms may brew. Every day's a brand new view. You don't need perfect skies above. Hey, just a song and a little love.
Donna is speechless.
I'm loving this.
She's speechless.
Beautiful day today. Blue skies and sunshine with a high of 87 and a low of 54. Cloudy tomorrow with some evening showers. We'll have a high of 76 and a low of 61. Rain, of course, on Saturday morning and is expected to move out by the afternoon, leaving cloudy skies with highs in the 60s. Partly sunny on Sunday with highs in the mid-70s.
In sports, Cedar Rafaela hit a 2-run walk-off homer in the bottom of the 9th to give the Red Sox a rare 11-9 win over the LA Angels. The Sox are off today. They need to recover from their big win.
Shocking.
They will head to New York for a weekend series against the stinking Yankees starting tomorrow night.
And the Sea Dogs lost to the Hartford Yard Goats. Score was 4-2. They'll play again today at 11 a.m. Ooh, early game.
And congratulations to Maine Nordiques defenseman Luke Chappelle and goalie Carter Richardson on being named to the North American Hockey League All-East Division team.
Woo!
Right on.
Nice.
That is your news, weather, and sports. And right now it's time for the podcast segment that is
Sweeping!
the Twin Cities. Donna, feel free to join in if you want.
All right.
It's time for famous people birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
What do you say we take a look at FPBs for June the 5th?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do that.
We're going to start off with Mark Wahlberg.
Don't call him that face to face.
Yeah,
Really?
He doesn't like Marky
He doesn't
Mark.
like Marky Mark
that's
anymore?
it. You know what? Donna's here.
Oh, don't put me in the middle of this.
She'll
She can
protect
defend
us.
I'll just stand behind Donna.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah.
He's done all right.
He's done a lot of
Yeah,
movies.
He has.
Like good movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny movies even.
Anybody have a favorite Marky Mark movie? I mean, Mark Wahlberg. Anybody have a favorite Mark Wahlberg movie?
The Other Guys.
The Other Guys?
Yeah, that's the one with
Oh, yeah.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That was
Yeah.
funny. Yep.
Oh, Ted.
Ted.
Ted, yeah.
Really.
I like The Departed.
The
Oh,
Departed.
yeah.
Oof.
I
Good one.
like anything where he can do his Boston accent, his Southie accent, I'm happy.
Ron Livingston is 58 years old today. He played the lead in Office Space. Peter. Yeah, that came out 26 years ago.
Wow.
No way.
Has it been that long?
Goodness.
That's such a good movie.
It is. It's a classic.
Space.
Yep.
So many good lines from that movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston was in it.
Yeah.
Jeff Garlin from Curb Your Enthusiasm is 63 years old today. How about this? Saxophonist Kenny G,
We know who that guy is.
69 years old today.
Wow.
He can bring it. One of the best-selling artists of all time,
I remember when he
Is he?
with global sales totaling more than 75 million records.
It's all those dentist office.
There you go.
That's what it is. It's all those dentist
What do we
offices.
play? We have
they
to play
can't-
something neutral. Let's play
something-
Kenny G.
Yeah, something that doesn't bother anybody and sort of fades into the background. I got it.
And rounding out FPBs for June the 5th is financial expert Susie Orman, who is, she's the host of the Susie Orman Show and an American financial advisor, author, and podcast host.
I've never really watched her show, but I have to wonder, like, these financial advisors, are there people out there who are like financial advisors to real people or just financial advisors to people with money?
Well, they have people call in
Yeah.
and talk about their situation, and then Susie gives them advice.
Right. So the whole point, I think, when you want to talk to a financial advisor is to have very little or no debt.
Yeah.
So that you can,
Oh, yeah.
the money that you would per se put towards the debt, you can now put towards retirement or investing or whatever. So.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people that call in, they're like, hi, I have $300 in my savings account and $80,000 in bills.
Yeah.
Can you help?
Can you figure this
What
out
do
for
I
me?
do?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the advice for that person?
And Susie's, her favorite saying is, live in your truth.
I don't understand.
That means if you're broke, acknowledge it and live like it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Don't buy a Mercedes when you can't afford a gallon of milk.
there you go.
There it is.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Or the newest iPhone.
That sounds like a great country song title.
Yeah.
Except you'd have to change it to like a don't buy a Ford F-150.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Susie Orman sounds smart.
Those are your FPBs for June the 5th.
You want to talk some OTD?
Let's do it.
Okay. 12 years ago in 2013, Edward Snowden leaked classified documents to The Guardian to blow the whistle on the U.S. government spying on their own people.
No way.
And nobody was surprised. Not a single person.
Everyone's like, we
You're
know.
like, yeah, so we all have iPhones, Edward. We know what's going on. 21 years ago in 2004, Jennifer Lopez married Mark Anthony, and their divorce was final 10 years later.
It's a long run for J-Lo.
I know.
That
What
is.
were we saying in like celebrity marriages? That's like 50 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw a great meme when the Toronto Maple Leafs were in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Toronto hasn't won a Stanley Cup since 1967. So they had a meme that had the Maple Leafs side by side with J-Lo, and it said, rings since 1967. Maple Leafs 0, J-Lo 6.
Poor J-Lo.
Oh, poor J-Lo. I have to appreciate.
Poor J-Lo.
It's just meme fodder.
Just a girl from the block.
I have to appreciate that she's always remained J-Lo throughout all 6 of those marriages. She's still J-Lo. How about in 60 years ago in 1965, I Can't Get No Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones was released. Huh?
60 years ago.
60 years ago.
All right.
Yeah.
Keith Richards was only 80 back then.
Yeah, I know, right? 125 today. No. And let's see, 69 years ago, in 1956, Elvis Presley went on the Milton Berle show and thrust his junk at the camera. It caused so much controversy that from then on, cameras would only shoot him from the waist up. How about that?
Unbelievable.
I know.
Now look at our TV shows.
Now look at it. Now, right? Ooh.
I actually tell my students about Elvis Presley, and the fact that the moves that he does is because of his karate training.
Wow.
So we actually implement the shakes,
Oh, sure. Yeah, that
hip,
useful.
hip motion.
Yeah.
Those are your FPBs and OTDs for June the 5th.
Whether you want a sit-down meal or a grab-and-go, Pat's Pizza in Auburn offers delicious sandwiches, pasta, salads, and pizza at family-friendly prices. Pat's Pizza, serving the L.A. area since 1985. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 85 Center Street in Auburn. Online at patsauburn.com.
Now we shift focus fully to our guest in studio, Sosai Donna Harris, owner of Phoenix No Limits Karate. First of all, before we get to the fundraiser, for folks who may not be familiar with you and what you do, can you explain what Phoenix No Limits is all about?
Sure. Phoenix No Limits Karate is a nonprofit karate school here in Auburn, Maine, and our primary focuses are on child safety and domestic violence prevention. We have classes for kids as young as 2 and also as old as 99, if you want to. It's never too late to get started.
I'm getting there.
Yeah. We also have, unique to this area, is we have programs for both children and adults with additional needs. My husband and I have together, we've each been teaching for over 20 years. We've been studying 25 years each. We really have a passion, and we want to share that with everybody.
And you do so much good in this community.
Being a nonprofit, we are community focused.
Yeah.
So, we're one of the first ones to step up when somebody needs a fundraising event. I was just mentioning it earlier. In 2017, I shaved my head for cancer and set a Guinness World Record in 2015 to raise money for breast cancer awareness. We've held yard sales in our dojo for people that were in need of lung transplants and kidney transplants. So we're here for our community in any way that we can.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that Guinness World Record was?
Was 156 boards broken in 1 minute with one hand by a female.
Amazing.
How fast are you?
I was.
Like, not one at a time. Like,
They were 2 at a time, 2 stacked high. But again, that was 10 years ago. I had healthy knees and healthy hips. I didn't have gray hair. And I only held the record for 3 years because somebody much younger broke it. But
my goodness.
Still.
We have a pallet in the corner there.
I know,
If you
you
want to see
want-
if you still got it.
We were thinking about having a fire later, but we didn't know how to chop it up. Now we know.
oddly enough, that's funny you bring that up. When my kids, I was taking them camping one time, they were much younger. Their father was out running errands, and it started to get dark, and they wanted a campfire. I couldn't find the hatchet, so I started splitting boards, and there was a kid at the campsite next door, and I just kind of heard him say, "Dad, can you do that?" And he's like, "I can, but I'm going to use the axe."
His dad was like, no one can do that. What the heck?
I don't want to show off. I'll use the axe.
Who is this woman?
Don't mess with them.
I know. She's like, he's in the office, like, can we move campsite? She scares me.
1 week from tomorrow, Donna, there is a very special fundraiser happening at the Lewiston Armory.
Yes. Jason Tardy, if you don't know him, he's an amazing human being. This was really hard for us because we're always the ones giving, and we're finding ourselves on the receiving end. Jason stepped up. So the backstory is 2013, my husband, who is one of our instructors also, had a hip replacement. It was very successful, never had any issues. He was able to continue teaching and everything. Back in this past February, he was teaching one of our off-site toddler classes and suffered excruciating pain. Could barely get in the vehicle and had to drive himself to the hospital. We found out that some of the parts had deteriorated. He needed surgery to replace those parts. The dilemma we found ourselves in is we don't have health insurance. The dojo is a small nonprofit. It's not able to provide benefits. And we're at that level where we don't qualify for Medicaid and Medicare. We're kind of in that middle. But we can't afford the premium for insurance. So we found ourselves in that situation, but had to be done. He needed surgery. He couldn't move. So some dojo family members stepped up, did a GoFundMe. We were so blessed. People started bringing food. And, you know, I'm a believer that things happen for a reason. And when you're always the giver and you people always say, thank you so much. And we're like, it's no big deal. Now I realize it is a big deal. You know, and that's why this had to happen. I think it was part of our lesson that you have to understand what it feels like to receive, to really appreciate what it is that you do for other people. He had the surgery. He was doing great, healing, ahead of schedule, just about done PT. He had one more physical therapy appointment, and he was just standing up, just kind of using the speed bag. And if anyone knows what that is, it's that one that looks like a teardrop and you just hit it, you know. Yeah. So not a lot of movement, and his hip came out of place, dislocated. Excruciating pain. He fell to the floor and had to be taken by ambulance. Can't move. It's amazing. You can't move an inch without him screaming. They were able to put it back in place. The doctor said, look, we really appreciate the exercise you've put in and the effort you've put to get better, but we need to give this body time to heal, put some scar tissue to it. So you need to be pretty much stagnant, which he was. So from that point on, he was sitting still, getting up only to go to the bathroom. 3 weeks after the first dislocation, while he's still just sitting in the recliner sofa, he started to feel a muscle spasm. And then he could feel the hip slide out of position again.
God, that must have been just an awful feeling.
Awful and extremely painful. And, you know, to watch the paramedics have to try to get the board underneath him while he's laying in the sofa. And every inch that they move him, he's screaming. Back to the hospital in the ambulance ride. And this time they gave him a little bit more meds than the last time to kind of help him with the pain of putting the hip back into place, a little so much that he stopped breathing. I had stepped out of the room. I didn't want to be in the room when they put the hip back into place, and all of a sudden I hear them screaming his name, and he's not responding, and I just ran in. And they had the airbag on him, trying to get him to breathe. All of them yelling, he's not responding, and I got in his face and shouted, and his eyes opened up. The respiratory nurse looks at me, she's like, he's used to listening to you. I'm like, yeah, we've been together a while. But I was able to get him to start breathing again just by coaching him. Since then, again, hasn't been doing much of anything, sitting down, getting up. Up until a week ago, wasn't moving other than to get up to go to the bathroom. Then we noticed he started developing some swelling in both legs. He started having more muscle spasms because his body is starting to atrophy from not moving. The muscle spasms then cause him to have an anxiety attack because he's afraid it's going to happen again. I started to kind of get him to every day at least kind of get up and walk, and I'll walk with him outside when it's nice to try to get the blood flowing again. But yeah, so that's where we're at. We're in the process of having a second opinion. He has an appointment in a couple weeks down in another doctor in Falmouth. So at this point, we're not sure if he's going to need additional surgery. We're almost hoping, because something has to be done.
Right.
He can't live in this constant fear. Right. And again, he hasn't been able to teach, so he's been out of work since February.
Oh, boy.
So we're on just my income, and I'm picking up all of his classes and that sub. So again, as we talked about, I'm not a spring chicken anymore, and so the fatigue is starting to set in as well.
I bet.
Yeah.
How did the connection with Jason Tardy happen?
So actually, Jason's children did karate with us, as did his brother Matt. I don't know if you remember Matt.
I do.
It was Matt and Jason for the longest time. Matt himself has been battling cancer for years and has been in remission and surprised all of his doctors. When this happened, Jason reached out and he's like, I'd like to do a benefit show for Harry. In addition to the benefit show, Matt, I was hoping he could make it, but he's not able to make it. But he's donating some of his artwork. We're going to have a silent auction because Matt has become a great artist.
Nice.
Yeah, since his days of juggling kind of subsided a little bit. So we're blessed for both of them, to have both of them in our lives. So, at 6:30, Lewiston Armory a week from Friday on the 13th, Jason Tardy is going to perform. We're going to open the doors at around 6 so people can start bidding on the silent auction items. If you've never seen one of Jason's shows, they're amazing. They're fun. It's not just for kids. It's for everyone. The whole family can enjoy it. You're going to laugh. You're going to be in awe of the amazing things that he does. And no show is the same. No two shows are the same. He's always doing something different. So it should be a great time, and we're doing it as a donation base.
Oh, nice.
So we're not selling tickets in advance. Come to the door. Jason suggests a donation of $10, but again, we're grateful for anything. So if you can't do $10 per person and you want a great opportunity for your children, your family to experience a Jason Tardy show, whatever you can donate, we'd appreciate.
And for those folks who have never seen a Jason Tardy show, I mean, he is incredible. He juggles. He will put his body through a tennis racket. He will balance a 12-foot ladder on his
I've
face.
seen it.
Now, I remember when Matt used to do the tennis racket.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so they used to divide. Now Jason's doing it all.
And he, like you, built a program around anti-bullying in school.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really great. I mean, anytime you can get a message out to kids that will change their perspective on how they treat others, this is what we need going forward. I mean, tomorrow's adults are children today. And if we can change the perspective today, maybe we can avoid having the issues that we have now with the adults today. This is Pride Month. And for me, it's important that everybody feels safe, everybody feels welcome, everybody feels that they belong because we all are one.
This event is obviously family friendly, but even if you don't have kids,
Oh, gosh.
just come and check it out.
It's fun.
Yeah, adults will love this show.
And as long as Harry doesn't, knock on wood, have anything between now and then happen, he plans on being there. So especially to the dojo families that have missed him,
It'll be a good opportunity.
it'll be a good opportunity to wish him well.
Nice.
The event is on Facebook. If you go to Phoenix No Limits Karate, you will find the event there. Once again, it's Friday, June 13th, 6:30 p.m. at the Lewiston Armory, and doors open at 6, you said?
Doors open at 6.
Okay, for the silent auction.
Silent auction. And yeah, we're planning on being able for the silent auction. You can pay by credit card if you want. There'll be some great items that might bid up a little bit. So we will have that availability so you can pay with credit card. And we're going to do an intermission so people can check their bids. And then by the end of the evening, we will have all of the winners listed and you can pick up your prize before you leave.
Nice.
Great.
Are you still looking for auction items?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, if you're a small business owner and you'd like to donate a gift card, or artists are great. Art always sells well. Anything that you can donate, you're willing to donate, we'd really appreciate it. Donations can be brought to the Karate Dojo, 945 Center Street in Auburn, sometime between now and the 12th.
What about folks who can't attend that still want to support this event?
That is a good question. We really hadn't given that much thought.
All right.
I'm sure we can figure something out and post it on our website and on our Facebook page.
Just create a donate link and we can just boop give you our money.
Okay.
Yeah. Is the GoFundMe still active?
The GoFundMe is still active.
Okay.
Yes. So there is a GoFundMe. It was created by Brianna Bourgeois, one of our dojo families, another amazing lady. She's the mom of the NICU Ninja. And I kind of...
What's the NICU?
You don't know the NICU? NICU Ninja is one of our students. He's now a red belt, a junior senpai, RJ. He started with us when he was just a little toddler. And as the story goes, I think it was his 5th birthday, he had asked his mom if he could take his birthday gifts and give them to other kids. And she asked him, why do you want to do that? And he says, well, because Sosai Donna and Sosai Harry give to everybody, and I want to be like them. And so the NICU Ninja was born, and he's a preemie. So they started collecting things that they could give to the Barbara Bush Hospital. And he does it now. Now he's 12, so he's been doing it for all these years. I think they've raised collaboratively over like $15,000 over the years.
Wow.
In donations and cash that they've donated. So look for RJ's fundraisers. He comes to the dojo, does fundraisers at the dojo for his event all the time as well.
So cute. All I did in a search engine was put in Donna Harris GoFundMe, and it brought me right to Sosai Harry Needs Our Help.
Oh, thank you.
That's an easy one to find. Yeah.
If you've known Sosai Harry, I mean, we've been teaching for years. So anyone who knows him loves him. And if you don't know him, then you need to get to know him because
You're
missing out.
you're missing out. He's
Yeah.
just an amazing person. It's not just because I married him. He was amazing before I married him.
Okay. You didn't make him amazing?
No,
I think you probably put in a lot of work.
Some people think that, but no, he was amazing before. I got to credit his mom. She raised a good man.
Oh, that's
And you have another fundraiser coming up on July 16th.
July 16th, we're doing a fundraiser. Lost Valley does wonderful nonprofit nights. And so that's going to be a nonprofit night at Lost Valley. It's a Wednesday night. And from 5 to 6:30, we're going to be, people come and have dinner. Lost Valley's donating 15% of the food sales. And we're also going to have a silent auction there. And then at 7 o'clock, we are having a comedy show thanks to Great Falls Comedy Club. And all of the proceeds for this event are going to our Black Belts Against Domestic Violence program. Comedy show tickets are going to be $25. You can purchase them at greatfallscomedyclub.com and also at the door. So come have some great food and then settle in for a wonderful show.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Lost Valley is always a great place to just go.
Yeah, and it will be adult comedy, so that's why we're kind of giving a gap. So some of our dojo families can come have a family dinner, bring the kids home to the sitter, and then come back.
there you go.
So
It's fun to have an adult night out once
it
in
is.
a while.
Yeah.
right?
It is.
Yeah. And you have other programs coming up as well, right, Donna? Offsite?
Offsite, yeah. So one of the things we've done, and it started last year or this past year, we started our offsite toddler preschool karate classes. Right now we're at 3 different daycares, trying to expand to others. We bring our program to your facility, and it's half-hour classes. We focus with the toddlers on things like following directions, taking turns, being a good friend. We also sneak in some stranger danger training. Believe it or not, a toddler can prevent an adult from carrying them away if they know how to do it correctly. We teach them how to learn their parent's name. So this is a kind of a cute story. When we first started our toddler program, this was a program I developed actually before Harry came into the picture. But Harry is the best toddler teacher, and I miss him because he's a big kid. So one time he was teaching a toddler class, and we used to ask the children to try to learn their parent's name. What's mommy's name? And the kids will always say mommy. And then Harry's like, well, what's daddy call mommy? One time a child said something that, yes. So now we have to change that up and say, what would I call mommy? What's the name I would use to call mom? So out of the mouth of babes.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Yeah, we've had some wonderful stories come out of the mouths of kids.
I'm sure.
There's a sidetrack, but there's another thing we do is with our class at the dojo is Harry's really famous for this. He'll ask the kids, what's one thing that you did today to help your parents? Because we really want to try to bring that back. Like you should be doing chores. You should be helping out around the house without
Right.
being asked, right? So this one time, Harry says, what's one thing you did today to help your parents? I tried not to be
I tried really hard.
And of course, this was not a toddler, but of course, Harry just busted out laughing, and then he looked at the parent and he's like, No, they're mortified. And he was like, that's like one of the best answers I've ever gotten.
The best. It is. I hope we can leave that in with the bark bark. Yeah.
So anyways,
did you mark that one?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's a good story.
I bet you have stories for
I'm
days.
sure you do.
about kids.
We do.
Working with children is so interesting.
It's so interesting. It's fun, but the toddler program is one of my favorite. And so we get there, and they call us one of the dojos we go, one of the preschools we go to. As soon as we walk in, hi karate,
Aww.
karate.
Because they can't learn your name.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So we take the program to your preschool, and we have 2 building models. Like we can build the parents individually if the daycare provider doesn't want to have to deal with that, or we can give a group rate if they want to provide that as a benefit
Oh, that's nice.
for their parents. That's a program, and the new that I've just started up this year is our program for seniors. I actually started at Schooner Memory Care. We have a program where it's called Jute. And I'm saying this now before I copyright it, but it is going to be my style. So Jute I'm developing is karate's version of Tai Chi.
Okay.
And Jute stands for tree hand. So a lot of people don't realize that Tai Chi comes from Kung Fu. It's a Chinese art. And I've tried to learn it for years. I've struggled with it because the movements are so foreign to me because I've got muscle memory built up for 25 years of karate. So it dawned on me that I could just take the training that I have and develop my own style. And I've been actually trying it out with the folks at Schooner Memory Care, and they love it. They love it.
Donna style. I like it.
Donna style. You got to come up with a nice jingle.
Come up with a jingle.
The list is
sure?
getting longer, Sarah.
I know, there's a few requests. I'm going to put Donna's at the front, though.
So if you're a senior home and you're looking for some great fitness, it's very low impact. We do it from sitting down, but it's fun and we get the blood flowing. So if you're interested in a program for your patients, your members, please give me a call. Would love to set up a time to come in and give you a free demonstration.
It must be so good for their balance. Like, that's such an important part of our aging process is continuing to have good stability and good balance.
Absolutely.
And those like nice, slow, controlled movements sort of add to that.
Keeping the muscles moving is very important so we don't have atrophy.
Yeah.
And also we end with a meditation, so it turns out to be nap time, which is
That's nice. That's my favorite part of my yoga classes.
Yeah, it's a little bit of movement, but also it's helpful, for cognitive.
Mind and body
Yeah.
connection.
Yeah.
And fall prevention, I'm sure. Because the fall at that age can be catastrophic for some people. So that's I love it. It's a great idea. I'm sure the residents will enjoy that.
They did.
Winter, yeah.
They did. We played a little game. I play this with my toddler group, and the seniors loved it as well. It's called the Jungle Game.
I bet they do love stuff that toddlers love.
Yes. Yeah. So we're running through the jungle, and as we encounter certain animals, we have to do certain techniques.
Oh.
So yeah. So
Oh,
the
that's
kids are
very
actually
cool.
running when they do it with the preschoolers.
I feel like I would enjoy
I
that.
feel like I would too. Sort of like musical chairs, but scary with animals.
Yeah.
Ah. I can see Alex doing that and loving it. Yeah.
Yeah, he did it. We do it as part of the warm up in the kids class.
Oh, cute.
Great stuff as always, Donna.
Always,
Is there anything else about Phoenix No Limits Karate that you would like our listeners to know?
We're unique in that we're very, very much community-oriented, family-oriented, and we have a family rate that it makes it affordable for everyone. Because we're a nonprofit, that's important for us. So if you think I've wanted to do karate with my family or have my children do karate but they can't afford it, please reach out to us. You'll be surprised at how we can accommodate and help this be a family activity. Most of the adults that start at the dojo do so after their kids have joined, and I tell them, it doesn't cost you any more for you to do it. They're like, what? Yeah, we have a family program. So, I think it's great to have things that you can do as a family together And why not have it something that builds both mind and body?
Locally owned and locally focused, Lydia Media celebrates the heart of the greater Lewiston Auburn area through 2 magazines, Uncle Andy's Digest and LA Metro Magazine, and the new Lydia's Lunch Bunch podcast. Each production shines a positive light on local businesses, nonprofits, events, and individuals making a difference in our community. Keep your advertising dollars local and position your business in front of your target audience with Lydia Media. Learn more at LlydiaMediaLLC.com. As you know, Donna, we like to close the show with a segment called 3 Random Questions.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. I know you've been looking forward to it. Where we like to ask you questions that have nothing to do with your profession, just to get to know you a little better. I'll
Careful
start.
what you wish for.
I know, right? I might have to censor this one. Donna, what's your favorite way to unwind after a busy day?
Meditate. See, that's boring, right?
Not really.
Yeah. But I like to meditate in the hot tub. Does that make it better?
That makes
Yeah.
it better.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah. Do you have an ice pod like Sarah?
No, my son does.
Yeah.
And he's tried to get me into it, and it's not happening.
Highly recommend.
No, I mean, my pool right now is as close to an ice pod as I would get, and it's at 70, and I put my feet in it yesterday, and that was,
It was too cold.
Nope.
Yeah.
yeah,
The recommended temperature for women our age is 55 degrees in an ice pod.
not happening.
Cold as it's supposed to be.
Not happening.
Yeah.
No, I don't do cold.
How do you meditate?
How do I meditate?
Yeah. Because people do it differently, right?
Yeah.
Some people repeat a mantra.
Oh.
Some people try to clear
I've
their
done
mind.
both.
Of it.
I do mantras. I like sound therapy. So a lot of times I'll just have just nature sounds, and I just close my eyes and I just go into my deep place. I've really done a lot of growth since I started meditating. I actually encourage our students to do it. We do it at beginning and end of our class, just a brief one. But also we do a class called, I'm going to spell this so that Disney doesn't come after me, LITE, Saber class. And we do a Jedi meditation at the end of that as well. And the kids are fascinated when I tell them that this is real. This isn't just stuff you see on Star Wars. This really does affect everything of your life, and it can change your whole perspective.
I love that.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
The weirdest thing I've ever eaten?
Yeah.
Probably a concoction that my husband made.
She's like, let me think of which one.
Just called breakfast or what?
He has this wonderful knack of just throwing stuff together that he thinks goes together that doesn't.
Oh,
And
Harry.
telling me, just try it, it's good. And
Like what?
oh, let's see, he would put together, baked beans with tuna. I mean, it can be something as,
Peanut butter and pickles on a tortilla?
oh yeah, he would love that.
Yeah.
He would with a little barbecue sauce.
Oh, no.
I took it to the next level.
You know, so yeah, so I learned that early on in our relationship. If he says, try it, it's good, to just
Not
walk
usually.
away.
Okay. That's good to know.
It's safe to walk away.
Nice little fun fact about Harry, too.
Yes.
Maybe encourage him to watch some cooking shows.
Yeah. Yeah, since he has
He
to.
doesn't like those. I watch those.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
What's he going to do?
It's like they don't know what they're doing.
Like, put it on and walk away.
Yes.
What's he going to do, Donna? Take the remote with you.
You can't run after it now,
Can't
right?
get you.
That's cruel.
It's kind of mean. But
Yeah,
but
and
he
I've been-
watched the cooking show.
Been putting up with her for 4 years.
Just 4 years?
Yeah. I know. It seems like
I know. It
30.
seems like forever.
You guys have been together forever here.
I'm glad you noticed.
You weren't quite as gray the first time I saw.
Oh, hey now.
I wasn't in therapy either.
I'm not taking responsibility for that.
Is that Sarah or just coming here to Lydia's lunch bunch?
No. If he's in therapy, it's because I told him to go.
Am I bothering you? You should go to therapy.
You should go to therapy. Is this triggering you? How about now?
She's a delight.
Donna, I know you've traveled a lot. What is your most memorable story when traveling?
Japan. When I went to Japan, I was fortunate enough to go in 2004. Seems like longer than that. Anyway,
I mean, it was 21 years ago.
yeah.
Was I there? Is that why?
So yes, it was a wonderful experience. Is just how they treat people. I was just blown away at just how everybody is so nice. They love Americans, or they did then anyway.
We're not doing it now, but
Not so much.
And I went over. It was between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and they were trying to celebrate Christmas because of all the American tourists, and all the shops had these Happy Christmas, Happy Christmas. And when they'd see an American, they were like, Happy Christmas. And I got a chuckle out of that. And then they have these shops that are made up of like stuff that we get rid of that's misprinted, logoed T-shirts, right?
Yep.
It's an American store. And we spent like 2 hours in there holding up T-shirts and just laughing at some of the things. Like, cow runs fast through electric fence. What? And they have these little trinket boxes, and one of them was supposed to be a Tide box, Tide laundry, and it was Tide.
This sounds like my kind of store.
And then right in the airport, they have this sign that's supposed to tell you that you shouldn't be smoking, right? Yeah. And it has a person, and it has little things of smoke all around the person, and it says cigarette smoke is wider than the human body. That's their translation to, hey, be conscientious because your cigarette smoke, other people
Goes to other people.
Right. To other people.
Amazing.
But the cutest part of the whole trip was I went there with a broken shin, and I was fighting in a full contact tournament. And so I was trying to hide my injury so that my opponents didn't see it. And so the very first morning at breakfast, this little hotel guy comes over, and he just slips something under my napkin, and he says, "Hi." And I look under it, and it's like an icy hot patch. I wasn't fooling him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he knew.
And I'm like, arigato, thank you. And then when I left the hotel, I gave him, I think I had like a $20 American bill. You'd have thought I've given him like Taj Mahal or something. He was just, arigato.
Oh.
But if you ever get a chance to go to Japan, the people are just so amazing.
Oh.
The streets are clean, too.
That I love. Yeah.
The bathrooms, not so much, but the streets are clean.
Streets are clean.
Awesome stuff. So, Donna Harris, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
You are a treasure of a human being, and we need more people like you in this world.
100%.
And I hope to see everybody in the Twin Cities out to the Jason Tardy
Oh, it's going to be so
event.
fun.
It'll be fun.
Thanks to our sponsors, Ruper's Beverage and Redemption and United Piping. And if you'd like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam Ashby via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com.
Have a great day. And remember, don't bite your cat. And I will say I have bitten my cat.